Hello, my name is Isabel and I work here in the Pilgrims Gallery at Bassetlaw Museum. I thought I'd take the opportunity to talk you through some really basic bits of pilgrim history because we've had these beautiful Monarchs of England flashcards arrive and I'm not going to have any visitors to show them to for a while, so I thought I'd get them out and show them off here. So, the Pilgrims left in the time of King James I of England and the VI of Scotland. But if we want to think about the religious changes that motivated them, we have to go way back to King Henry VIII, who you'll all have heard of. He's a bit famous for being handsome at the beginning and then getting fat, but also for having lots of wives and killing some of them, but most importantly, for causing the English Reformation. So Henry VIII was originally married to a lady called Catherine of Aragon. She was a Spanish princess and a very devout Catholic. So Henry was a Catholic prince or Catholic king by the time he married his Catholic princess, and they were very happy together at first. However, they were not very good at producing children. They had a lot of stillbirths and it was very sad. And basically they had one daughter who survived, but what Henry needed really was a male heir, because we're talking about a time more than 400 years ago when men could only inherit from men, really. So he needed a nice strong son to shore up his claim to the throne, and so he wanted to marry another person. He wanted to marry a younger woman because Catherine was getting older by this point. So he wanted to marry Anne Boleyn, who was from a wealthy noble family in England, but as a Catholic he would have to ask the Pope permission to get married again, to have a divorce, and the Pope, being on good terms with Spain and liking Catherine of Aragon, said, nope, I'm not going to let you do that. And Henry said eventually, well, I don't think you can tell me. Divine right of kings, I'm monarch here, I'm in charge, we're going to have our own church in England, the Church of England as it became, and I will be the head of the church, I will make the decisions, I will marry who I like. When Henry died, his son from his third marriage became the king, but he was only a young boy at the time, so Henry's sixth wife, who survived him, was a great influence on his son. She helped look after him. It was her friends who were protector of the realm and organising him because he was too young to really be truly in charge, and they were very Protestant. So Henry had left the Church of England more or less Catholic, just changed the name really. Under Edward it became more Protestant officially, so lower church. When Edward died, he did die quite young. This lady was put on the throne, Lady Jane Grey. She only ruled for 9 days, and she was a Protestant, and the whole plot to put her on the throne, bypassing Edward's own siblings, Henry's other children, was so that England could stay Protestant. However, the people were not impressed with this, and they revolted and put Queen Mary, Bloody Mary, as she became known, on the throne. Why is she known as Bloody Mary is a good question. She was very Catholic, like her mother. So this is Catherine of Aragon's daughter, and she was not impressed with anyone doing anything Protestant. She wanted the country to go back to being Catholic. She was only on the throne for a relatively short time, and yet in that time she had a lot of people killed for not obeying the Catholic Church. She married King Philip of Spain, so there's that connection again, the Spanish family ties there, also very Catholic. They were married for a while, but they didn't have any successful children, and so when they died, or Mary died, her little sister, Anne Boleyn's daughter, Queen Elizabeth I, came to the throne, and she was quite tolerant. She brought the Church of England back in. We weren't really a Catholic country, but she was not going to look into people's hearts. she said. She was going to let, as long as they came to church and they appeared to be doing the right thing, she wasn't going to get the Spanish Inquisition in as Philip and Mary had done. She was going to let them do what they felt was right in their consciences. So she did kill some people for their religious beliefs, but over a much longer period of time, so much less frequently. So overall, there was a move towards tolerance. She died without any children, and so it was her cousin, King James I of England and VI of Scotland, who came down. He was the first of the Stuart monarchs, and the Pilgrims actually appealed to him, or the group of nonconformists who produced the Pilgrims a bit later, appealed to him and said, can we do things the way we want to? We want to be more simple. We don't agree with all this popery, Catholic ways of doing things. We think we should do things our own way. What do you say? And he said, no, I think you can do as I say. I'm the king. That's final. Do as you're told. Church of England continued, but the Mayflower Pilgrims wanted to go further. They didn't think the Church of England had gone far enough. And why did they have these ideas? Well, as you've seen, through those generations of monarchs, we have had a lot of back and forth. Catholic, Protestant, kill you if you do this, kill you if you do that. There hadn't been the continuity, the constant reinforcement of Catholic values over years and years. So I think it's not surprising that the Pilgrims and people like them began to question what the church was saying and have their own ideas and really believe in them as well. So I hope that has given you a little snippet of the royal influence into the Mayflower Pilgrim story.